Well, good morning viewers. Rick Harrell for Forward Driving for Dummies. On our last episode, you'll recall that I was going down to the Gold Coast to see my good friend and put the car up on the hoist and have a look underneath and see what sort of damage, or if any, that we did when we were away at Gordon Country 2 weekends ago. Well, we did do a couple of things. One, during one of the recoveries, I moved the bull bar out a couple of inches, just noticing that the bolts obviously weren't done up tight enough when we were pulling a Toyota Hilux up on a fairly steep incline. It moved the bull bar out a little bit. Noticed that by the gap that was underneath between the guard and the bar when we got back. No damage at all. That was just undo the bolts, realign it all, get it straight, and then do them up really tight, which they weren't done from the beginning. The other one that we found that we did break was the link pin. Now, it actually sheared off on the bolt here on that section, which is probably the weakest link in the system. It's the one under here. So what we're going to do is I'll remove the wheel, I'll come around and show you where it actually broke off, and then we're going to replace this section. The Dobinson's part, it's we've had a full Dobinson's suspension lift kit put into the four-wheel drive, and we told them about this that it broke, and they replaced the part under warranty free of charge, which is brilliant. So we'll get this one underway. I'll get the wheel off, get in, have a look at it, and then we'll get it replaced. See you soon. So as you can see viewers, I've removed the wheel, give us easy access to get inside. You can also check out everything else in your suspension components, and then you look down there and you can see that link pin. There she is in there. That's the piece that's broken off. It's not very good clear in there, about there. When they come in the box like this, they're actually a full length. So this section of bolt here, this section, when you put your suspension upgrades on, you actually change the length of them to a set length. So instead of having to use the new one and cut it off, there was nothing wrong with this section on the existing one. It was only the bolt down the bottom down here that's broken. So instead of having to cut the new one and get it all shaped back on, we know the existing one is already the right shape. So all I did was unscrew the thing, take this part out of this part, which just threads in, and then screw the new part back onto the existing shaft, lock it up, and I'll show you what we've got. So there's the new one there, back in, sitting back on, all done up nice and tight. Took around about 10 minutes to do, and we're ready to put the wheel back on and head the tracks again. Another part that's pretty important, viewers, when you're putting your wheels back on, I know everyone likes to use a rattle gun if you've got one, or electric tool. You need to put your wheel nuts on manually first, do them on, because you need to make sure that they thread on properly. You need to feel those threads. If you put them on with a rattle gun or an electric tool, you can cross thread them really easily, because the tools have so much torque that they'll just spin the bolt around, and that's how you break wheel studs. Not only that, if you do happen to get them on, you'll never get them off again. So do them up manually. If you've got a rattle gun, once you've got them up, you can do them up. I don't have a rattle gun, so I do them manually. Start on one, so you pick one spot there, go opposite that one, straight up to the top. Next one down, so you're going to, I'll pick going to the right. Opposite that one. Last one over here, because we've got 6 studs, not like an ordinary car where you've only got 5. So you just pick them up a little. You're not doing them up tight yet. If you try and do them up tight now, all they're going to do is spin the wheel because the wheel's still off the ground. So we've nipped them up there. I'm going to let the jack down, and then I'm going to do these up tight. Again, when you do them up tight, opposite each other each time, and then you'll get your wheel on square and jobs go. Well viewers, as you can see, wheels back on, link pins fixed. Every tool I needed was in the Adventure Kings tool bag. Didn't need anything else other than a milk crate to sit on because I'm old. Dobinson's quality products, they replaced the part for me. I'm ready to go back on the tracks. Can't wait to see you out there. Rick Harold, Forward Driving for Dummies. See you next time. Bye for now.